Neighbors of the Brighton airport have grown used to the hum of planes flying overhead. So Saturday morning around 8:30, when an engine sounded louder than usual, many knew something wasn't right.
The engine seemed to be straining. He kind of banked to one side and then eventually just kind of plunged down.
I noticed he got above the trees and he wasn't climbing any higher, and he tried to turn, and then it just diminished right into the woods, and I heard a thud, and the plane just nosedived into the swamp.
Russ Yopak dashed out of his home and into the swampy area behind his house. That's where he found this Aeronca 7CA two-seater single-engine plane buried in the marsh just a mile and a half from the airport.
Just wanted to see what I could do or to help out any way possible.
7 Action News has learned the pilot's name, but is withholding it until his family is notified. The 79-year-old Brighton man, who is a former Michigan State trooper, was conscious and airlifted to the University of Michigan Hospital in critical condition. But his passenger, a 56-year-old woman visiting from Costa Rica, did not make it.
It appears that they were trying to make back to the airport. Obviously, they didn't, and crashed into a very swampy, muddy, inhospitable area.
Experienced pilots tell us that the victims never had a chance. That's because they saw the plane get to an altitude not high enough to give them any sort of options when that engine began to fail.
It sounded like he wasn't gaining any altitude, and the engine wasn't, RPMs were getting any higher, and then it just quit.
The pilot was well known around the Brighton airport, where he had been flying for nearly 30 years.
He flies it regularly. He's been flying it just about every week, at least a couple of times a week.
At this time, the National Safety Transportation Board is leading the investigation. From Brighton Township, Smitha Cloakey, 7 Action News.